Hi guys, so we're back again with more fighting game goodies, tutorials for GameMaker. So last day what we were doing was the crouch states in the state machine. So today what we're gonna start doing is creating a second player. So instead of calling OBG Terry, we're gonna change the name. We're gonna call it OBG player, and then we're gonna duplicate and create a OBG AI. So okay, so it's gonna be the same, but this one is going to be child of the player. Okay, so we delete and delete. Yeah. So basically what we've done is just inherit, everything is the same, and we're gonna be doing some changes here, but later. So yeah, now we have two different objects, one for the AI, one for the character, for the player character, and we are going to add them to the room. So this is actually the player, and it should be usually the player is to the left and the AI character is to the right. Yeah. So if we hit play, we see these. Okay, we're seeing both. Okay, good. So let's start with the viewport. I cannot move this, right? No. So the viewport, how about that's not that. Let's see. Yeah, seems okay. Yeah. So this is the player, this is the AI character, but so we have to start. The first thing we have to do is check if the other character is to our left or to our right, and then flip this this sprite so it looks the right way. So this is something that we're going to be doing every time in the step. And yeah. We have to change the current state, but before that, check if we have set the right direction to the sprite. So we are going to use the other player, and that's something we're going to find in the create. So find the other player. For I equals 0, so var I lower than instance count number OBG player plus I. We do is player inst is gonna be instance find OBG player I. If player inst is not this, then no, this is itself, then other player is gonna be player inst. other player is no one. By default we got another player and it is initialized to the other player. So yeah, we look for all the instances of type OBJ player. Remember that OBJ character is inherits from OBJ player, so it's going to be counted as an instance of the OBJ player. And we check if it's ourselves. If it's ourselves, now ignore it. If it's not ourselves, then it's the other player. And then in the step, we check if it's the right direction. So if other player is not no one, then if other player dot x is bigger than x, then image x scale is -1, else image x scale is 1. So run again. Yeah, it is not working well, but it is good. Yeah. So the next thing we have to do is when we are to the left and to the right, the thing is that move forward has to depend on whether we are to the left or to the right. So in the idle, we have to detect whether we are moving to the left or to the right, and then so if left, if image x scale is bigger than 0, then we use this, else next state is 2. So if we are in the left, then we're going backwards. If we are the one in the right, we're going forward. And it's the same here, but with the other one. So 2 and 1. So now we're gonna see something. So yeah. Well, this is good. So before going on, this is doing that because it's in the idle, it's going to the idle and back all the time. But the thing is, we want the AI to decide its own commands on its own. But we want to keep all the state machine the same. So the easiest way to achieve that is to, instead of using keyboard check here, we should have a, we should gather the inputs and store them in local variables, in object variables or instance variables, and use them inside here. So let me explain myself. So we're gonna add a variable which is gonna be movement 0, and it's gonna be an integer. It's gonna be 1 minus 1 or 0. We can add a punch, which is going to be a boolean. We're going to add a kick, which is again going to be a boolean, and we can add a crouch, which again we're going to set as a boolean. And all these are parameters that we are going to move. So if so how do we update the inputs? Well, let's start. Let's create a script. Update inputs player. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is first the movement. So we are going to set whether we want to go forward or not. If if keyboard check vk right, then if so it's gonna be so movement is gonna be -1 times image X scale. So when we're going pressing right, if we have an X scale of 1, then we're moving backwards, so it's -1. And if we're on the other side, then we're moving forward, so it's a 1. If keyboard check BK left, then movement is 1 times image X scale. I know we don't have to put the plus. There's already 1 here, but yes, so it's clear. So basically, what we're doing is, if we're going left or right, and then sorry, we are in the left position, then this X scale is -1. Then we're going and we press left, we're going backwards. But if we are in the right position, X scale is 1, and then what we're doing is moving forward. Good. If keyboard check, so and by default movement is 0, then crouch is gonna be keyboard check BK down. That's correct, it's crouch, right? So yeah, and OBG player is called crouch. Yep. Good. Punch and kicks. Punch is keyboard check or C. Kick is keyboard check or X. And I'm not sure, it should probably be like this. Yep. Good. So now we are updating the player's inputs. We need to put it in the player, of course. And the input of the inputs player. And now in the idle and so on, we need to use those inputs. So if movement is bigger than 0, then next state is gonna be 1. Else if movement is below 0, then next state is 2. Here if crouch, no, yes, crouch next state is 5. If punch, next state is 3, and if kick, next state is 4. Then move forward, we have to do the same thing, so probably left. So again, if movement, going forward, if movement is below or equal to 0, then next state is 0. If punch and if kick. We could even add here, we didn't do it, if crouch, next state is 5. Should be again less important than this. And in the move back, we should do the same thing, but this should be bigger or equal. And in the crouch idle, we should, okay, so if punch, next state is 8. If kick, next state is 9. If not crouch, next state is 6. Okay, not sure if this is gonna work, but let's give it a go. So yeah, okay, not working as I expect. Oh yeah, that's all right. And so this part is working, and this part is working too. And the only part is that when we press left, they both go forward but with a backwards movement. Yeah, well, sorry, one goes forward with the right movement, the other one no. Yeah. seems like it's okay. Okay, so let's do a couple of things. The first one, when we are starting, so when we are in the OBJ player, we are starting, we have to dot move speed image x scale times move speed. So we have to multiply it times the x scale. So yeah, good. Now the thing is, right now both of them are using the player inputs, because the player inputs is part of the player. So what we're going to do is we're gonna change the name again, OBJ Terry, and then we're gonna create a duplicate of these. We're gonna call it player char, okay, and we are gonna override this event. Sorry, we're not gonna override. We're gonna delete. Yeah, we're gonna inherit this event, and the thing we're gonna do is gather the player inputs. Update inputs player here, and then the event inherited. And in the base one, we're gonna remove this. So this way, the player is gathering the inputs while the AI is not doing anything. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's so this one is Terry, which we want to remove, and instead we want to put a player character. So that's it. Still HR which player not set before reading it. Oh, that's right. Sorry, it's not OBJ player, but OBJ Terry here, because we changed the name. So in OBJ Terry, in the create OBJ Terry and OBJ Terry. That's right. Yeah. Very good. It's not following us because we didn't tell this to follow. I tell this to follow Terry when what we want is to follow follow the player. Although, well, we'll probably do something about it anyway later on. So yeah, that's good. Now it's looking good. Good, it looks good. So we have structured the inputs to a different function so that we can gather the inputs for the player and for the AI separately. So that's good. What else do we need to do? Well, the first thing we need to make the characters react to the punches and kicks. So that's something that we'll do later. But before we wrap up this video, I think that it'd be nice to have the viewport follow some kind of middle point between these two guys, right? So let's try to do that. So let's create a new object, which is going to be OBJ viewport manager, we're gonna add it in the room. Create it. Yeah, I don't know, let's put it here, it doesn't matter where it is. This viewport manager is not visible. It's gonna be it's gonna have a create event where we're gonna get the players. So get the player objects. So player 0 is gonna be instance find obj Terry 0. Okay. And player 1 is going to be instance find obj Terry 1. So the first thing we're going to do is if there are not two players, so there are less than two players, there are less than two players, we simply destroy ourselves. If instance number obj Terry is below 2, then instance destroy return. Otherwise, we gather the player objects, which we're going to do. We're going to do something with them later. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a step. And in this step, calculate the middle point between the players and the distance to it. So, our middle x is going to be player 0x, no, it's going to be 0.5 times player 0x plus player 1x. This x is going to be player 0x minus middle x. Okay, so we have the center and the distance. Now, place the viewport around the middle point. So we're using viewport 1 and from get viewport. Let's do the. So, well, looks wrong functions and variables from properties. From getting no more from room to room, not creating and changing rooms. Room viewport. That's except the current one, but the thing is, we want about the viewport. So view, okay. Let's see what's this. To retrieve the X position of the given viewport, so we can get the view export, and then I suppose we can set it. Yep, set. That's right. Let's see. So let's use these two methods. Yep. So we're gonna do this view export 0 is gonna be middle x. So that's the x position. Let's see. I mean, I'm not sure if this is going to be right, because the x position should be probably no. That's right. That's not correct. So equals v middle x minus view h port 0. So half of the viewport, maybe. Let's see what happens here. Not sure. Okay. Let's debug this to see what's happening here. So I'm getting here, and old x is 0, middle x is something, so this is gonna be, oops, this is way too far away. Okay, let's stop. So problem is the viewport. This is the camera, the one that we are interested in, not the viewport. Damn it. Camera. Maybe, so let's see what, I don't think we want this. We want not set view target. No, we want probably maybe we can set the view target to ourselves, and thing is so let's get that camera. So thing is view camera, view export. That's like view camera. Okay, now so camera, there's a camera. So general. So we got the set view position, which is probably what we're looking for. The camera ID. So let's do this. Set view position. Bar middle y is gonna be 0.5 times player 0.y plus player 1.y. It's going to be player 0.1, or I mean, it's going to be the same y all the time because we haven't implemented jumping. But anyway, so which camera is going to be like here? View camera. So we're going to be view camera 0. The x is gonna be middle x, and the y is gonna be middle y. Not sure if this is gonna work properly, but let's take a look. No, properly working, but it's okay. So let's start by setting it to no one and make sure. No, let's see. Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for. So right now we're setting the x position, which is here. So the thing is, we want to never, so this is the, what we're setting is this position, the top left corner. So we want never to go below the ground. So what we're gonna be doing is so y is gonna be this is gonna be this y is gonna be down, so 0 is this one, so it's gonna be here. So we want the minimum of middle Y and room height minus so we need to know what is the camera, okay, the current camera height and width. But cam height is gonna be camera get view width and height view camera 0 and cam width is going to be the same as with the width. So height minus cam height, and then the X is going to be the middle position, so the X is going to be the maximum between 0.5 times cam width and X minus 0.5 cam width. I think that's correct. So this means that we're going to be at least at 0.5 cam width, so half our camera is going to be, no, because the maximum between 0 and this. So it's going to be from 0 onwards. Actually, what we need to do is clamp it. 0 and room width minus minus cam width. I think that's alright, because you cannot never go any more to the right than cam width. Sorry, the room width minus cam width. That is, the whole camera is inside the room, and it's always bigger than 0. So it's always the left margin is also respected, and this is the right position. And we can even make it clearer like this. So X is going to be middle X minus 0.5 and cam width. Yeah. And we're probably going to have to do the same thing with a Y. We're going to have to do a clamp, but for the time being, let's keep it like this. So, yeah. Yeah, it looks like this is working. The problem is you can have both of them out of view, which yeah, we want to fix. This is something we want to fix. How can we fix it? By changing the camera size. So how do we do that? So we set a with the variable definitions, we can add a min cam height, which is gonna be 576, which is the default. Actually, no, let's remove this, drop it out. So in the create, we gather other interesting info, like min cam width is gonna be min cam height is gonna be view camera get view height view camera 0, and the bar cam width is gonna be this. So the max cam height is gonna be room height. That's all right. I mean, we could change that later, but that's all right for now. And the aspect ratio is gonna be cam width divided by min cam height. So how are we going to be using this? Well, in the step, first we're going to try to set the width of the camera, calculate the width of the camera. So ideal width is going to be this 2 times the distance in x plus 256, because it's 128 pixels on each side of the character. Cool. So with that ideal width, we can calculate ideal height. It's going to be ideal width divided by aspect ratio. With this ideal height, we are going to clump it. Cam height is going to be clump ideal height min cam height max cam height, and cam width is going to be aspect ratio times cam height. We're gonna set the camera size, so we are gonna be set here. We're gonna be these. Well, this doesn't seem to be working, or is it not? So camera set view size, yeah, it's gonna be cam width, cam height. There we go. So it's still, I mean, there is a limit to what it can do, but it definitely works well. So we can go in. We could even go further in if we wanted to. So we could go further in and change the initial the minimum cam height. So the minimum cam height is right now is cam height, but it could be times 0.8, for instance, and we could make it go smaller. Oops, by the way, this is to be cam height. So we can go in or we can go out. Well, doesn't it look good? Great, so yeah, we fixed that and I think it's looking good. In our next, so we're gonna wrap it up for today. In our next video, we're going to add some response to the collisions of the punches and kicks. So basically, we're gonna calculate when we're colliding with the other player, and when a punch is colliding with the other player, and when that happens, we're gonna be reacting to that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please hit the like button, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.